Hello, everyone. Happy Sunday. Happy Easter. Hope everyone's having a great holiday. My name is Jonathan Sawyer. With me is my brother, Mike DeSanto. Mike, how you doing this evening?
Doing well. Ready to talk a little bit of baseball. I'm always down to do that.
Yes,
How's your day been?
not too bad. Not too bad. Yes, we are coming live to you here on Sunday to talk baseball. This is not anything different than any other show that talks baseball, but we're just going to give our 5 takeaways throughout the season. Go week by week, every Sunday. Going to be earlier. Unfortunately, the holiday kind of threw us off time-wise. So, but we're just going to have a base. This is going to be a strictly baseball show, a little bit shorter than our Thursday. But make sure you tune in Thursday at 8:45, as we will be going live every Thursday. That show has not changed. So for everyone, but yes, Mike, it's been a great week of baseball. Baseball's back. We can't wait. We've been waiting all year for it. So our Yankees, our beloved Yankees, Mike and I are Yankee fans. But we're going to be biased. We're not going to be biased towards them all year, just when they're winning.
Which hopefully is going to be a lot.
We will be going over a lot of topics that are going on in baseball right now, talking about different things that are going on in the league, new rules, everything like that. So join us for every Sunday. Time TBD for right now, but every Sunday we'll be going live and talking a little baseball for about 20 or 30 minutes, and can't wait to have everyone here. Mike, not to go on our Yankee train too much, but like Yankees look good. 3 series wins right now.
Yeah, no, I think it's been, marred by a little bit of injuries early in the year from guys, especially in the pitching staff. We were hoping to see, but the offense has been there for the most part. I'm loving how there's some guys that, were banged up or injured near the end of the year last year, like DJ LeMahieu, for example, that have looked good coming in. I'm especially happy with the performance thus far of one Gleyber Torres, who is swinging a hell of a bat. And I don't know if you saw the stat, but he's got 9 walks already this year.
He's being patient at the plate.
Exactly. Last year, he walked his 9th time on June 2nd.
Yeah. So, they've been playing well. Bullpen's going well. We are having a lot of bullpen games, which has been great. But I see that throughout the MLB. Not every team has their starters ready to go. A lot of games they're going to have to go a bullpen game, and that's going to be the norm, I think, moving forward, unless you have those 5 starters. And thanks to the Rays and the A's who played today, they kind of invented that small ball game. So, it's nice to see the Yankees winning series, competitive. I want to give a shout out to Johnny Brito.
Oh yeah,
that rookie sensation. 2-0, just mowing guys down, doing what he has to do on the mound. Exactly what we should have done with Devi Garcia, and they blew it. So
yeah.
But we got a long season. This is nothing to overreact. I mean, it doesn't matter what is going on throughout the season. We're going to be bringing you our takes of the week. Might be a little harsh, so don't take it personal. But let's get on with the takes.
Okay,
Mike,
sounds good.
You go first.
Okay,
my takeaways of the week.
My first of my 5 takeaways of the week, I think, is kind of a glaring one to me. It is that Rhys Hoskins meant a lot more to the Phillies than we thought. He went down with the injury. There was a hole at first base, and they have looked absolutely terrible.
Well, not to mention they lost the first baseman that was replacing him too.
Right? Yeah. No. He just got hurt too. Yeah.
Yeah. So now they're down to the 3rd string. But I mean, realistically, let's be honest. Rhys Hoskins is a great player, and let's not take anything away from his style. But the Phillies have just looked off a little bit to start the year. They look like hungover from the World Series still. But I think I really do think they'll probably bounce back here around in June when they start getting everyone back and healthy. But yeah, the Rhys Hoskins is a big hit to their
and they were already coming into the year without Bryce Harper.
Yeah.
So
he's hitting bombs right now in warm-ups.
So losing your other really big power bat outside of like Schwarber. I mean, Schwarber's been hitting the ball pretty far, but there's really no other big power threat in that lineup without Hoskins or Harper.
Yeah, but they got Trey Turner, who's a small ball hitter.
Mhm.
We've seen it; he can go long. So
Uh-huh.
yeah, that's a big missing piece right now.
Mhm.
They're not going to see Hoskins until next year, but
Right.
I think what's been hurting them is their bullpen. Their bullpen has been very weak to start the year, but I guess that's my first takeaway from the week and a half. And everyone, we're starting from opening day on Thursday, March 30th until now. Usually it would be Sunday or Monday to Sunday.
Right.
But yes, the one thing that I've noticed though is everyone needs to relax. There's 100 and blah blah games left to go in this season. Let's not overreact. Okay, like the teams are gonna have this slump. I heard on some Dodgers chats like I can't believe Arizona's leading the division and stuff. It's like pump the brakes. We're early. This normally happens. Just let it roll. Like and eventually, when we get into July, the dog days that they say of July and August,
Right.
that's usually when teams start to spark. So pump the brakes. Long season. We can get through this.
Right. Exactly. No. Exactly. I agree. For those Dodgers fans in particular, like if the Diamondbacks are still leading the division in like mid-August, okay, now you can start, maybe not panicking, but like being a little more urgent with their play.
But why wouldn't the Diamondbacks though? Because they've done nothing but get good recruits. I'm sorry, it's still in college basketball talk, but they've gotten good players and trades and whatnot, and built up their farm system. So they could be what the San Francisco Giants. We said the same thing about the Giants a couple years ago, and they ended up winning the NL West. Now, granted, the Giants are kind of on a rebuild right now, but they could be scary too because they got pretty good stars and star-studded pitching staff. So that could be a very scary case out in the West. I mean, not to mention Diamondbacks' first week of games was against the Dodgers and the Padres. So almost swept the Dodgers. Lost the series against the Padres, and then tied the series against the Dodgers on opening day. So, I mean, they're a team that's gritty and that will get up in your face. But we'll see how they come out of the West. Mike, what's your second takeaway of the week?
Well, we're gonna go from West to East. Unfortunately, the AL East, in that the Tampa Bay Rays are the hottest team in baseball. Dear God, what they are doing right now is scary. They're supposedly winning games by like 7 runs.
And like I'm not laughing at you. I'm just laughing at I know Grandpa Jay's probably sitting there watching at home and probably looking at us, but okay, I'll give them credit. They're hitting the ball, they're pitching well. I've been watching their games because that's the only game I get down here. They're playing well, but can we just pump the brakes a little bit? Let's go back and look who they just played. Nationals, Tigers, Athletics, all bottom feeders of the MLB, and that's not to disrespect the teams, but it's just the truth. I mean, if they're playing the Marlins secretly have a good team. I went and saw them play in person. They got a good rotation. I forget the one guy's name. I'll pull it up here in a second, but he other than Alcantara, he was pitching well in the game I went to. I was like, wow, this guy is throwing. He gave up 1 home run, and he was just mowing guys down. And I think he did it in his second start. I think he's 2-0. But the Rays haven't played anyone yet. Then they got Boston coming into Tampa this week. They don't start their true test until when did I have it here? I think they have it. They start their true test. I think next weekend when they play they go back on the road to Detroit. They don't have their first true test until let's see. I think it's next weekend, Mike. I think they play Toronto. So they go on the road to Toronto. That's their first true test. I mean, I guess Boston's a test because they AL East, but I'm not taking anything away from them because I think they're going to be there at the end of the year. but I think we just need to pump the. That's my thing with pumping the brakes on this team because they're hitting the shit out of the ball and they're doing well, but like, are they really like? Are we really gonna sit here and hype them up 9 games in? I mean, I don't know.
I mean, either way, it's Major League Baseball. I understand the teams that they're playing aren't supposed to be the best teams by far, but it's still hard to outscore your opponent by 57 runs in 9 games.
I can do it.
Oh yeah,
give me a bat.
Okay, go on. You're near in Miami. You're near Tampa. Go.
I will bat 1 through 9, 9 homers each bat.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let me know how those 100-mile-an-hour fastballs from everybody feel.
Did you pitch it? Yeah, you struck out. What?
You struck out 5 minutes ago.
I think one team that's surprising me, though, to add to your point, is on the other side of things is the Atlanta Braves.
Yeah.
What the hell happened? They just got their asses kicked tonight against the Padres. And Padres are a good team, don't get me wrong. But what in the world? I mean, they're still leading the East. They're 6-4.
Yeah. But
they have not looked good. I mean, the rest of the NL East has not looked good. So I think them being 6-4 is, I guess, a good 6-4. But they're not like it. There's no spark to them. It seems like their spark is gone. But I mean, they are leading the division right now. Their differential is only 7 though.
Yeah. Well, what's wild about it is that they're 1-3 in their 4 games they've played at home, but they're 5-1 on the road.
Yeah. So
it's looking like completely different teams right now, depending on what ballpark they're playing.
Right. Yeah.
So we'll see.
So you did your second takeaway, right?
Yes. That was the Rays were my second takeaway.
So my second takeaway is going to be something that I think was yours as well, was injuries. Holy shit.
Yeah.
It's just one after the other. I mean, look at Loizaga goes down. Now we got to bring up Brito. Thank God he was great. Or I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong, but I think it's Brito.
I believe it is.
But bring him up. He's playing well. Donaldson goes down. And it's like we just got to keep grabbing guys. But I guess that's why we did what we did in the offseason, start getting guys. But, holy injuries. Not even on the Yankees, but everywhere.
Edge everywhere, yeah.
O'Neal Cruz now snaps his ankle at home plate, making a routine slide. And the catcher did nothing wrong there. He basically slid and his leg got caught underneath him. But my God, it's just one after the other.
Yeah, so many guys getting big injuries. Look, and this goes a little bit back into spring training too. Just like these big name guys are guys that are going to be important to their teams all going down. The way I phrased it for mine was spending big money doesn't make you immune to the injury bug.
Yeah.
All these teams that went out like the Mets, Yankees,
yeah,
like they're all spending money, but then losing guys. So you went and got your big fish, but man, all your other guys are getting hurt.
Yeah. I mean, that's been the,
so
it just seems like these teams that are built for farm systems are ready, in that sense. Like the guys are younger, everything like that. But it's just been injury after injury I see on every team. I mean, you go to MLB on ESPN.com, you go to the MLB tab and go to home, you just look down the right side. It's, Cruz fractures ankle. Mets right fielder Marte exits game with neck strain.
He did? I didn't even see that.
Mariners put righty reliever Munoz on a 15-day IL. It's like,
yeah.
Darno is hurt in plate collision. And now look at Donaldson and Loizaga got on the IL. So it's not just on one team. It's basically throughout the everywhere. And it's like, damn, like Starling Marte's now gone for the Mets for a little bit. And it's like, it goes back to, I guess, one of our topics on Cinco Squad every Thursday at 8:45.
Nice.
Is spring training too long? Is spring training too long for these guys because they're burning out during those times and they've already played a month worth of baseball.
Mm-hmm.
Now they got to go play actual games that matter, and they're not prepared. So,
we look at Justin Verlander. Gets through all spring training. All the Mets fans are all excited and rightfully so. gets scratched from his first start, and now they don't know when he's going to be back.
Oh, I was pissed. That was my game I was going to go. I went to.
Really?
Well, yeah, because
It was
Scherzer,
yeah.
Scherzer went game 1. Verlander was supposed to go game 2. And
That's true.
Malin's, my wife's uncle, is a huge Mets fan. And he was pissed. He thought we were going to see the Cy Young winner. I was like, damn.
Yeah.
But, I mean, the pitcher that pitched for them was pretty good. He was throwing some heat. Once he settled in, that's what I noticed. A lot of guys getting through the first inning a little rocky. But once they settle in, they're starting to find their location. They're starting to dial in on that, and it's helping that. 3. We're on 3 for 3.
So we kind of mixed the third one I had in there, which was the bit spending big money doesn't make you immune to the injury bug. So I'll add in actually in a segue sort of from what we were just talking about. The Mets are going to keep being the Mets. They can't. Okay, so we're both hockey fans, right? They are I swear the Mets are the Toronto Maple Leafs of the MLB.
Yeah.
They cannot seem to get out of their own way, whether it be luck, whether it be mistakes. They're so up and down already.
Maybe not this year, though. I mean, the Maple Leafs might, but I get what you mean. I get your point. For everyone
their history.
For everyone that's not a hockey fan, the Maple Leafs haven't won a playoff series. Not gone to the Stanley Cup. Haven't won a playoff series in 25 years?
So almost, yeah. It's since 2004, I want to say. So yeah,
19
20 years. Yeah.
And they haven't won the Stanley Cup since the 80s, I think.
No, 1967.
67, so that's even worse. I was being generous.
And then the Mets haven't won the World Series since the 80s.
All right, so your third one is the
Mets being the Mets.
Mets being the Mets. Unfortunately, I have no hate against Mets fans. I never have. And I think that's one thing that I get all the time is people saying, anytime the Yankees, sometimes the Yankees, I always get shit talked by Mets fans. But then, when stuff happens to the Mets, I'm like, oh, good job. Like in that 2015 World Series, I was rooting for 'em against the Royals. It was tough, though, because I was like, I kind of want Kansas City, but I kind of want New York because New York deserves one. Right. But, yeah, I mean, it sucks because it's like, damn, they just can't get out of their own way. One key thing, though, that I will say is it was fun to see Pete Alonso actually look like he's having fun playing baseball again.
Yes.
So that was good. Good to see. He's actually dry. Like him and Lindor are on the same page. Everything like that. So your third is the Mets being the Mets.
Yeah.
Okay. So my third is, how about these new rules? The new rules I like, man.
Yeah.
I literally was just making some dinner and turned on the Mets game, the Braves game. It was in the 8th inning. I was like, damn, I missed one. But it is making the game faster. It really is. It's making the game faster. It's allowing, for teams to not take their sweet time, and they're more competitive games. I mean, some of the games have been blowouts, but, the games have been really competitive because they can't go to the bullpen. They have to keep it moving. It's been great.
Yeah, no, I love it. I've enjoyed the seeming increase. I haven't looked at the numbers necessarily. The seeming increase in stolen bases, or at least stolen base attempts.
Yeah.
The fact that there's action going on in the games now, instead of, you get a 10-minute at bat where the guy's just standing on first because he just stolen bases were, I don't want to say near extinct, but there just wasn't a lot of guys consistently trying to steal bases.
Well, the other thing with that is there's only a 2 pitch over limit.
Right.
I think it's per at bat.
Yeah, it's per at bat. But still.
So, they have to pick and choose when they go. If they go over twice to Volpe and then, boom, there he goes, you're giving him an opportunity because even if the pitcher sees him go, so that's why it's a little bit more strategic now. So you throw it over once, okay, he's got 1 left in the tank, and if you're a lefty and you pick that leg up, you could kind of fake it and then go to the mound, go to the plate. So it's for me, you have to be strategic because if you go 2, I'm sending guys. I don't care if it's I don't care if it's Vogelbach. from the Mets, I'm sending his ass if I see
lead halfway down the baseline. He can't throw
even
over.
He can't throw over. He has to throw it to the plate.
He can't even throw it to second.
No, he can't throw it anywhere.
He has to throw it to the plate.
Throw it up in the air.
Right.
I would love to see that in the playoff. Vogelbach running it. Like, they throw over twice to him for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, he fucking steals. And it's like, oh, my God, he has a stolen base in, like, the playoffs or something. That would be freaking hilarious.
You know, do you remember he's never stolen a base before?
I know. That commercial has me dying.
I love it.
Yeah.
Is he really Buck sitting there like, is he really going to steal?
It's so Buck, too, just sitting there like, no way.
No. No, I love it. Yeah.
So the new rules are making it fun for baseball, but MLB, let me watch the Yankees, please.
Well, there's that, yeah. If you want to,
I could have watched 2 out of every series we played, but because Apple TV blacks it out in my area, because I don't know why. It blacks it out.
I don't know why it would black it out in Miami.
Blacks it out. I can't watch it at all. So please, I beg you, help me.
If you want to hear more about that, go check out the clip on all of our social media pages.
Yes,
TikTok, Instagram, Facebook.
It is the pinned one, and thank you to all the 72,000
Yes, thank you for that.
viewers. Mike, what's your Cacho? Who's your 4th starter?
My 4th starter is Judge and Ohtani are all around the 2 best players in the AL, if not the whole MLB.
They're tearing it up, man. It's incredible. We got Judge. Got Judge.
Let's hope we can do this for 9 more years.
Like, don't worry about the length, man. Just
worry about as long as the ring.
I know we need a ring, more than one.
We don't have enough.
That's been real fun. I've caught a couple Angels games, and it's just incredible what this guy can do. And Judge is deserving of the MVP. But if it went to Ohtani last year, I'd be pissed, but I would understand. You don't see this. There's a pitcher that's dominating. It's not like he's a relief pitcher. He's a starter.
Yep.
And he's winning almost 15 to 16 games a season and then batting over 300. We haven't seen that since Babe Ruth?
Pretty much.
So it's like, wow. It's like incredible. And then Judge, he's just hitting a cover off the ball. And it's just, he's seeing the ball well. One thing that scares me, though, is his strikeouts are pretty high right now. He's been striking out a lot lately. But I'll take it right now. But I do think he's swinging at some pitches that are a little off-key. Mm-hmm. You know, he's got 13 Ks on the team, most on the team right now.
Yeah,
He needs to wind that in. I mean, he's batting 364, but it's kind of like what Dan Mason said of the Rochester Red Wings, who we had on last Thursday. He said he's the only sport that you can be 3 out of the 10 times right and be an MVP. So
yeah, I think he will. See, what I like is the fact that when he does hit the ball, he's hitting it well.
Yeah,
this early in the year, before he really gets dialed in by midseason. If he can keep getting more and more dialed in as the season goes on, I think those strikeouts will go down and he'll hit the ball even better.
Yeah.
He's hitting 1 million home runs this year. I mean, I don't know why people are surprised at that. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
He will be the greatest of all time now.
Yeah, he's definitely been He's been a great, and one of my 4 was the Tampa Bay Rays and on a tear, but it was the opposite saying how that. So my 5th, my 5th is I'm so thankful baseball's back, man. Like that's my 5th. This week has been great watching games. I've been watching a lot of games, even just regular games. Like I was watching the Padres Braves today. I was watching. During the Masters, I was flipping over to certain baseball games today. I forget which ones. I think it was the Angels that was on. Mm-hmm. The Red Sox was on one. I was watching them just see how they're doing. And but yeah, man, the 5th takeaway for this week is so great to have the baseball back in full swing. It's great to see teams competing and just having fun. It's like I can't wait to go a few games. Like I see the Marlins schedule. They got a lot of good games coming up. So I might take a drive over to Lone Depot Park and, of course, check out all my reviews when I go to the park. It's going to be great. But yeah, I mean, that's one of the things I love about baseball right now. Is it's back, and that's and the contending for 28 is back. That's what I love. So
yeah, no, I will agree with that as a fifth takeaway. We are entering quickly into one of my favorite times of year for sports. Baseball's back. It's back in full swing. We got the NHL playoffs coming up. We got the NFL draft coming up, which, by the way, we're going to be at Maloney's in Tampa on draft night for the first round. So come and check us out and come watch the show and stuff like that. It's going to be a really great time, giveaways and all that. But yeah, so I completely agree with you for that fifth takeaway. I am so happy baseball's back, and I'm glad we're here talking about it.
for sure, we've been talking about this for a little bit. What is that? Your fifth takeaway or no?
Yeah, because like you and I agreed on the Rays, and then you and I agreed on the injuries.
Yeah.
So I will also agree with you on that fifth takeaway. That yes, in summation, baseball's back, and I could not be happier about it.
For sure. And if during the week anyone wants to comment on our videos or any of our socials,
Yes,
comment your takeaway. We'll put it up here on the screen. We'll let's get this engaging. Let's get the baseball community around us talking baseball every single Sunday. We'll probably be going live around probably between 6 and 8 p.m. Every single week. We will update our socials with it. We go live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter now. So if you have any of those socials below right here, make sure you go Cinco Squad Podcast. That's our handle, Cinco Squad Podcast. So this has been Cinco Squad Rotation, and we are so happy baseball's back. Mike, any final thoughts before we let it go into the evening?
only one. Let's go Yankees.
For sure. Let's go Yankees and let's go baseball. Hope everyone has a great week. Tune in Thursday at 8:45. We'll be going live again. We'll be having a great show coming up, and we got a couple weeks worth of great shows. And then we have the Cinco Squad live show draft at Maloney's at 7:30 p.m. in Tampa, Florida. If you're in Tampa, stop over. It is off Dale Mabry, and we can't wait to have everyone out there. So thanks for tuning in for this half hour. Like I said, we'll be coming to you every single Sunday. Cinco Squad Podcast on all of our socials. Can't wait to see everyone next week. See you.